anything.
You don't have an intro? Sure, I'll start.
No, I meant like just start the episode.
Oh, just to get going?
No,
Yeah,
I
we
don't
can
have
get
like
going.
a welcome to this shit.
I just thought you meant like me doing a monologue. I was
No,
like, yeah, what the hell do I talk
think it's
about?
cringy when someone's like, welcome back to whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I can't do it.
Well, it makes it seem like it's like a radio, like where there's like a commercial
it's
interruption.
Not. We're in
and
the
it's not.
basement of a karaoke bar right now.
Yeah, it's rough. This is this is a good
looks like,
setting.
by the way, can you see yourself well enough?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
so.
good.
I don't have my glasses on, so I'm kind of
You're
squiggly,
fine.
but
Yeah,
I think
just
I look okay.
face the camera. That's the only
sorry.
one. Yeah, no, you're good.
Hey, guys.
I gotta make sure when we clip this, people see your face.
Clip it! Sorry.
No, I used to say it when I do like solo episodes when I don't have a guest. I'm like, this looks like a ransom video. This 100% looks like a ransom video now.
Yeah, this is terrifying. Actually, I'm excited for when the employees come in here
Yeah,
and they have
like,
no idea that we're here
what
because
the
they have
fuck
to
are
like
you
come
guys-
down here and get the ice machine from like or need to get ice from the ice
Oh,
machine.
this is gonna
and-
be an audio nightmare.
Yeah, it's
but-
gonna be an audio nightmare, but you know we're here, we're queer, and we stole a steer, so it's all good.
Exactly. No, Evan. It looks like Evan was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep these two for the hell of it, and we just decided to entertain ourselves.
Yeah, well, so I called Evan. So basically, we were gonna do this at my place, and then my furnace went out,
Yeah.
and then I called Evan. I was like, "Hey, can we do it in the basement?" He's like, "You can if you want. It's kind of a shit show down there, but he's like, help yourself." So I came here fashionably early to clean up a little bit, and I
was fashionably late.
Fashionably late. That's okay. Yeah, you costed me a date with a hot Jewish girl, BTW, Michael. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was very excited about it.
I'm gonna blame this one on the snow. 'Cause
Yeah, no, it was rough. It was rough. I didn't think it was gonna snow.
The
today
time got
either.
away from me, and I was like, I should probably get, because I was like, I should leave early to see so I can set up so we can start at 6, because I didn't know if you had to be anywhere. I literally was like,
sure.
maybe you got to be somewhere, and then I was like, oh fuck, it's 5:20. It's snowing. Should probably leave at least 10 minutes earlier. So wrong.
Where do you live?
New Berlin right now.
Oh shit, that's a
Yeah.
haul then. Damn.
So I
man.
texted you. I was like, I'm gonna be a little late at 6. I'm like, I'm hoping this doesn't take another half hour.
Oh damn. Yeah, it was a nightmare out there. It's okay. I mean, like it's Wisconsin in the winter. I don't know why every winter I'm surprised by it, but it's like every summer I love it so much. I love it so much. I'm just like, this place I could live here for the rest of my life. And then it hits October and I'm like, I fucking hate it here.
The
and
minute,
then it's just like
the minute
I gotta get out.
fall isn't fun anymore, I'm like,
Yeah.
this sucks.
Well, see, I get seasonal depression, like in fall, like because I
'Cause
anticipate.
you know it's coming.
I know it's coming, and then it's even like in August. I'm just like, well, the best is over now.
So it's
And
like Sunday for you, kind of. So
Yeah.
you're like, I know Monday's tomorrow. Even though
Yeah.
I don't have to do anything today, I know Monday's tomorrow.
but it's a
so
whole
today
month
sucks.
of Mondays.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole month of Mondays, and it just spirals backwards. You know, but it's all good.
Dude, seasonal depression is fucking real, though.
No, it is. It
It's not
sucks, man.
sunny here.
It's okay. Here's the problem. It's sunny when it's fucking -10 out, and then anytime it's above freezing, it's gray as shit. And I don't. Somebody explained it to me the other day, and I forgot what it was.
I know exactly what you're talking about because I've told friends this, and they're like, "You're crazy." I'm like, "No, I'm not." If it's you wake up and it's no clouds in the sky, I'm like, it's fucking cold outside.
Yep.
You know it's cold outside.
It's gonna hurt to breathe.
It's gonna hurt so bad. You're good. I'm just
Everything
checking
okay?
my
You
thing.
doing
yeah,
all right?
I'm just I'm terrible at producing this shit.
Oh yeah, well
Just,
I'm an
I'd
idiot.
much rather
That's
someone
why
do it
when
for
you're
me.
like setting it up, I'm like, "Do you need help? Please say no, because I don't know how to help."
Oh yeah,
But it's-
that's the thing. Well, like a year ago, I'd be like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Now I
Right.
know a little more.
So what made you get into doing podcasts, man? You got a little setup here. This is cute.
It was my way of pushing myself into doing stand-up.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So it's like I knew I wanted to do this for a while, and I kept telling myself, "Oh, you'll go next week. Go next week."
Right.
And then it didn't happen. Then pandemic hit. I'm like, "Oh, I have an excuse. They're not open," which is
Right.
dumb.
Did you do comedy before the pandemic at all?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
For some reason, I thought you maybe came around once or twice right before the pandemic.
So before the pandemic, the first place, because I wanted to check out the scene first.
Okay.
So my friend Jake and I came to this bar, actually. I was like, I think they have open mic here on Fridays. Let's go check it out. And we came on a night where there was like no one here.
Oh, sure.
And,
Death night.
Like everyone bombed. I'm like, this sucks. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I could do this. If everyone here is like
Yeah.
this.
Everybody sucks here. I'm funnier than this guy.
And then like a year later, because I had this going, and like I have a question I ask at the end of everything. Each episode it differs from like season to season, but My question at that time was, what's something you have to do before your next birthday? Like something you
okay.
can do,
Realistically,
but like like you're not doing it just because you're telling yourself not to do it. Kind of thing.
Sure.
And mine was stand up, so I was like, I did it 2 days before I turned 25, and so this was my way of like, because I would write stuff on my notes, like I wanted to do it, and I was like,
For sure.
see if you can get some of it out, and then just do this. I started with this is the second one I've done technically.
Second podcast?
Yeah. So
okay.
I did a different one called Tending a Lisp.
Tending a lisp?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have a lisp?
No, but so I had a co-host who did.
Okay.
And we met while I was bartending, so I was like, this is a perfect name. I mean, it's literally a perfect name.
That is a good one.
But he quit. He's like, I don't have time for it anymore. So I was like, I'll just do my
Could
own.
you understand him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely can understand him. It wasn't a terrible lisp, but it was like,
It was
let's
enough.
make fun of it.
Yeah.
Because we can.
I'm all about making fun of people with disabilities. That's like my favorite thing
Why
to
not?
do.
Why not?
Just kidding. But like, no, that's cool, man. That's cool. You got into. So you actually did the podcast before you ever did comedy. That's interesting. A lot of people
do it the other way around. Yeah.
Exactly.
I knew I wanted to like talk for hopefully a living one day.
Right.
And so I was like, if I can do this, and I know I can do this, because I already had some of the equipment. I've had the equipment since 2019, 2 microphones. I didn't get cameras till a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Or started last year. But yeah, I did do it kind of ass backwards.
Well, that's cool. I mean, I think it's probably better that way because then you get used to talking in like an open format.
Exactly,
and you get used to saying your thoughts out loud and,
Get used to hearing yourself.
hearing
too.
yourself, which
Oh.
is exhausting. I'm going to
Fucking
dread every minute of watching this podcast. I'll probably tune out 30 seconds in and be like, okay, it's whatever.
I'm numb to it now. Like
I'll watch the clips, so clip it.
The first couple times I did it, I was like, I would have ums. I would be like, this got to be perfect. So the first episode, it was just audio. And I would look at the lines, which I need to bring this down. But I'd look at the lines, and anytime there was a gap, I would just like go and delete it. So I would just get rid of ums. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this isn't natural. And
Yeah, it's an audible pause. Like an is just like a. It's the same thing like when you're on stage and the guy says fuck like 6 times.
Yeah.
Fuck is just an but they're
is.
just saying it out of frustration because they can't think of the next word that they're trying to say. So it turns into
and
like
then it goes
9
straight to
F-bombs.
the notepad, and it's like, oh, what was I
Yeah,
gonna say?
jeez.
Okay, no, I wanted to start with this. So, now that we brought up the podcast and stuff, but so because I do this, and we had a few videos do well, I've had a little bit of a following on like TikTok. So I've gotten weird DMs from some people. I got one this morning, that I like. Sometimes you don't get the notification in the requests, or like. You don't get the notification if they request to message you because you don't follow them back.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So I just saw I had a request, and it was just like a dude that said, yo. And so I'm like, I want to interact with people because I was like, hopefully they keep listening.
Right.
So I just sent back this. He sent me this 2 days ago, by the way.
And it's just yo?
Just yo. So I just said, what's up? I shit you not, 10 seconds later, he goes, not much, just working from home.
Oh, boy.
Big fan.
Cute.
I'm like, okay, like how did I really
How
appreciate it.
old are we talking here?
I don't know. He's got a private account.
Oh, okay. Yeah, didn't see a profile picture or anything like that?
Oh, I can see that. I'll show you it after this.
Okay, cool.
And if he actually is a big fan, congratulations. You made it on the podcast. But so I'm like, nothing much. Just working from home. Big fan. I'm like, okay. I appreciate you listening. How did you find the show? I'm curious where I'm like reaching people the most. He goes, TikTok. What's your Venmo?
Okay.
I was like, okay. I'm like, it's just my name. And I was like, Michael Kuski, and my name's like who he DM'd, so it's like not like I'm giving him new information.
Sure.
And the worst he can do is send me money. It's not like he can take it from me. And I go, why? He just goes, if I Venmo'd you, would you send me pictures of your ass?
Whoa. Okay.
I was just like, nope. And he goes, oh, sorry. And that's basically the extent of it. Well, he's like, sorry, my bad, read this wrong. I'm like, what the fuck did you read? Like,
well, yeah, what, like...
you started this with yo, and I said, what's up? And you're like, if I Venmo you, will you send me pics of your ass?
That is so crazy, man.
And I didn't reply to the my bad, and 10 minutes later, he goes, let me know if you change your mind.
You could just send him generic, like, Google Images asses,
So-
and then just, like, save it and then send it to him and make some quick money.
So I screenshotted it, and I sent it to 2 of my buddies. And one of them was like, good to know you're finally making money off the podcast.
In comedy.
and then I was like, yeah, I didn't think it'd start this way. And the other one was like, you want to just send him pictures of my ass? Like, why not? We can make
Hell
some
yeah,
dough
dude,
off this
that's
if
fucking
you don't
hilarious.
care. I'm not sending pictures of my ass over the internet right now. But also, I was thinking about it. What if he offered, like, what would be the number for you to send it?
An ass pic?
Yeah, like, let's say
I'll do it for the
I was
story.
for the
dude.
I was thinking
I'll
about
do
it.
it
If
for
your
the
I was
story.
like, all right, for the story, I'm thinking about it.
Right.
If my face doesn't have to be in it,
Yeah, but is it like one of these things?
you have to like
where
a
it's
turn
like,
around.
Oops.
Exactly. So like, if I have to turn around,
Yeah.
then there's money involved. for
There's
sure.
that's quadruple digits, like high quadruple, if not 5, whatever the word for 5 is. Fifth, five digits.
I'm
I'm
drawing
talking
a
about
blank.
10 grand, okay? That's what I'm saying. Like 4 digits is like 9,000.
Tens of thousands.
Yeah, I would
Tens
do
of
it for 5 digits, but that's about it.
Like, what if he actually just was like, hey, to. If you listen, I mean, we're only 10 minutes in, so hopefully you've listened to this.
Hopefully
long
your attention span is there, or else you're not a real fan, buddy, and you're just
you really
objectifying Michael.
If
okay?
you want to put some serious money down, I'd consider it.
Dude, true story. One time when I was in high school, well, a bunch of times when I was in high school, there was this old surgeon, and I grew up in a really small town, so there was one surgeon, like he was the guy, and he would have me house sit his condo when he'd go to Florida. And so we would like throw parties because we were in high school.
Yeah.
You'd throw ragers, and he had like a photocopy machine in his like living room, and so we would just get hammered and take pictures, like photocopy our ass, our dicks, and all that stuff, and then like post them on the wall. And then fast forward like 10 years, he gets arrested for child pornography.
Please tell me they're not from your pictures.
No, so then I'm like, did he just like not get rid of these, and then they find these pictures somehow? But apparently they were on his email, so he was like straight
So
up
he
like
already was.
Yeah, he was
You
like
were
a
just-
straight up pedo.
That means
But-
that man was like, that's why he kept asking you to do the condo, because he saw
Right.
those pictures.
He saw
and
those
goes,
pictures.
I
He's
fucking
like, I
love
like
this.
it. That's a good hog on that guy. But then I also think like maybe I fed the fire a little bit, you know,
Oh,
like
you definitely fed the fire.
But then I felt bad because like I was classmates with his son because it's a small ass school. Everybody
Yeah.
knows each other. And then so he gets arrested, I want to say on like a Friday. And then these kids, his name was Kevin. I'm not going to say his last name. But Kevin and his sister Sarah were gone by that Monday and never seen him since. They deleted Facebook, all that shit. I wonder what they're up to now.
I
but,
would too.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, dude. If your dad's like a chomo, man, that's fucked up. But
Dude, you definitely fed that fire. I mean, there was like a little flame, and he's like, I wonder if they're into me too. And then he comes back from Florida, and there's
Just
hundreds of
teenage
pictures of
dicks
teenage
and ass.
dicks and ass.
I know, but I've been like hairy since I was like 13. So it's like, is this a grown man's hog, or is this like
Maybe he's
you
got
know,
like fetishes for like hairy children. No,
that is probably like a weird subcategory of child pornography.
probably yeah, like oddly hairy.
Yeah, but like they don't have pecs yet. It's just all abs still, you know. It's
It just looks like carpet.
yeah, just carpet right
There's
over.
No bumps, no
Yeah.
nothing. Just
A little penis coming right out of the bush. That's a good one.
oh, good lord.
This is a good start to the podcast.
This is a great start. I was.
we
not
got people doing
Oh yeah,
stuff
if you
upstairs.
can't
This
hear
is
it by
chaotic.
now, we're gonna have to start screaming into these mics. Soon.
I will scream.
I want so I like you were looking up this before or the show before we did this. I looked up your Instagram a little more. You opened for Charlie Berens.
Yeah, a few times. Yeah.
I want to hear about that because that's fucking awesome.
Okay. Yeah. So how do I start from the beginning?
Like, how did it happen?
Well, so originally I train, Ton Johnson.
Yeah.
So I'm a personal trainer for my day job, and I run my own company down in Walker's Point. But so I train my buddy Ton, who's another comedian here, who's opened up and done videos for Charlie in the past, and
So fun, too.
yeah, hilarious guy, one of the best guys in the Midwest. But so he posted a video of us boxing, and then Charlie messaged Ton being like, I want to do that, and he's like, oh, Avery's a comic, you should just train with him. And then John Berens, Charlie's little brother, does the open mic scene with us, and Charlie came out to watch his little brother one night, and I ran into Charlie, and he's like, hey, you're Avery, the boxing guy, right? And I was like, yeah. And then so he gave me his number, and then we kind of worked from there, started training together. He came out to see me at a couple shows throughout the months that we were training with each other. And then he had just asked me, because he started his Midwest tour, he's like, hey, can you open up for me? Because he knew I'm from Rhinelander, and we had a show in Wausau. He's like, hey, can you
Here we
open
go.
up for me in Wausau? What's up, Matt? Hey, man. Sorry. We got people coming in.
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome. He's leaving. He's got shit to do. But yeah, so that's basically it. I just built a relationship with him through personal training and coaching him and all that stuff, trying to get him in shape. We got the whole squad coming down here now. Hi.
You guys want to
How
say
are
hi?
you?
Yeah.
We got to squeeze through here.
Oh boy,
we got.
this is gonna be fun.
This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be good. I'm gonna keep talking so
Yeah,
there's
just keep
not dead
talking.
air.
Who cares? No, this isn't
Um,
professional.
My
at all.
sister's black. My father's dead. My brother's gay. I have AIDS.
That's the ice machine in the
That's
back.
the ice machine. I told you about the ice machine
Yep.
beforehand.
That's all right.
Maddie
That might
coming
be
in.
where the light came from last time.
Oh, yeah. That
We
makes
could have
sense.
done it in there. Well,
I'm
no,
pretty
we
sure
don't.
that's Evan's sex dungeon, to be completely honest.
It's like, yep, definitely. Oh, good
That's
Lord.
fun. This
I
is
hope
fun.
the snow clears up a bit so we have a good crowd tonight.
I know. I'm
I'm a
actually
little
kind of
worried.
relieved that the hot Jew canceled with me because I have a feeling it's going to be dead as shit tonight, and then I'm just going to do comedy for comics that have heard
it's
all
the
my shit
fucking
before.
worst. It's demoralizing. I
Well-
don't say it's demoralizing, but like I love leaving here on Friday and like you perform to people.
Well, okay, yeah, exactly. That's a big thing. I think maybe we should bring up during the podcast is like during comedy, there's a lot of people that pander to the other comedians, especially in the
Yeah.
other open mic scene.
Yeah.
And those guys, they'll tend to get local work because they're all friends with each other. But
Yeah.
it kind of stops there, right?
I don't think it's healthy either.
No,
for,
it's not
like, your
healthy
act.
because you're like pandering for the people in the back of the room.
Yeah.
But, like I like to make my jokes for people. I don't know about you, but I got into comedy to make other people, everybody
yeah,
laugh.
yeah.
You know, like.
Don't get me wrong. I would like to make the other comics laugh, but
Right.
that's
but,
part of it. But they hear everything all week.
right.
when you're working
So you
on
have to
it.
say something super fucked up to get like a rise out of them.
Exactly.
And on some of those nights
And
it
then
gets a little
those
rough.
things, and then that doesn't work on an actual audience. I have to like slump down right now until he comes back. But yeah, no, I agree. That's why I really enjoy having. I hope I have a good audience for the showcase as well. I think there should be a decent amount.
Yeah,
of
this
people.
is this your first
one,
comedy
yeah,
show?
yeah.
Ooh,
I
this is
know.
exciting, dude.
It is
This
exciting. It like I was caught off guard because Evan messaged me right after I got off. on
Bro,
Friday.
you're good enough. I ain't even trying. Like, I don't. I was curious to like what the fuck the holdup was, because I mean, in my opinion, you're funnier than some of the. I'm not gonna say names, but like you're
No, I
funnier
appreciate that.
than some of the other newer comics that are getting spots left and right.
I appreciate. Well, I by no means do I want to start any beef with anyone because I have no beef.
I
with
do.
anyone.
Fuck everybody. No, I'm just kidding.
That's not why I'm doing this either. But I think part of the reason too is the first couple times, like first month or two I came around here, I talked to no one.
Yeah, I know.
No
I know. And I always kind of wanted, like, I try to include everybody,
Yeah.
but then, like, I feel weird going up to a stranger and being like, hey,
Exactly.
join us, you know?
Exactly. Well, that's the thing is that's what I won't say it needs to happen, and I've said this a few times on here, but it's like the equivalent of trying to break into a friend group.
Yep.
And you don't have a friend on the inside.
And everybody else is already friends. It's
Exactly.
scary,
So
yeah.
like when you go to someone else's school, like when you were in college, like did you go to college at all?
Yeah, I dropped out. Thanks for
Okay,
bringing it
but
up.
like, but that's probably
I'm
why
just
we're
kidding.
doing this. My
It's all
degree
good.
means nothing. Why I'm doing this. But like if you visited a friend at like their college,
Yeah.
and you had that friend there, and they introduced you to all their friends,
Then you're all homies.
then you're into that group already. But
Right.
imagine going to a different college and being like,
I
who
know.
wants to hang out with me?
I know.
Because I also know my personality. And my personality is going to piss a lot of people off sometimes.
I don't know about all that.
No,
You
like
seem like a friendly enough guy.
I think I'm friendly. Yeah, I think now that I moved this back, he's gonna come right out.
Yep.
But like I can be a lot sometimes.
What do you mean?
Just like direct.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Yeah.
So, which is why I think why I like talking to you. Like they're like the people that have been on so far, have been the people that have like reached out and said like, basically come join us. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, fine. I don't
Join
feel
the dark side.
weird. Be like, hey, do you want to do the podcast?
Mm. No, I saw you were doing this, and it seemed pretty good, so I'm excited to do it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
At the minute, like when I started too, I was like, at the end of the day, this is just me having drinks and just recording what I do when I drink.
I know, which, like, it shouldn't be pressure then, but for whatever reason, it's just like I'm shitting blood up here. I hate myself. You know? Like, it feels like a first date almost. You know?
It does.
It's like you gotta kill, but
The
then you're
first
like
couple
overthinking of everything.
I hated that too. Is my head for a while. I went through like probably like 2 months of like when I was doing episodes. I was like, all right, when you're about to talk, make sure it's quick enough so you can fit it into a 3-minute video on either TikTok or 59-second video on Instagram.
Oh, sure.
Instead of just being a natural conversation, I was like, do it for this. I'm like, this is not what it's supposed to be for.
No.
Like,
If you get good clips organically, then
it's
then
way
better.
better. Way better. Because then I could tell, looking back now, I was like, you're trying to fit this in. You are trying to fit this in.
Right. It's
Stop.
squeezing in. It's not
Fucking
organic.
stop.
Yeah.
And that bothers the hell out of me when I'm like trying too hard.
So how many episodes do you think you've gone on this bad boy?
I know how many I've done. This will be so I break it up into seasons. So every 16 episodes is a season. You are actually the finale for season 3.
Wow.
In the basement of the high
In the basement of the high note. And we will never leave here. This is going to be great.
Evan's going to lock us back up after our hour of freedom. Yeah, so you're the end of season 3. So 48 for this.
That's pretty good.
And then I did 16 of the other show.
Okay. So you got a couple under your notch, or notches under your belt.
This will be episode technically 64 I've done.
Damn, dude. That's pretty good.
Everything, yeah. It's a lot.
So, like, when did you, like, decide, like, now's the time to jump the gun on comedy?
I think it's like a quarter-life crisis.
Sure.
Well, here's the thing.
I was 25 when I started as well.
So, I wanted to say I started when I was 24. That's why I did it before. Something about, like, don't do it when you turn 20. Do it before you turn 25 kind of thing.
Sure.
However, I've known I wanted to do this for a while. It was admitting to myself I wanted to do it, I think. So, like, I went to school originally to be an engineer.
Really?
I did a year and a half of it. I had a mental breakdown, like a full-blown.
What kind of engineer?
Mechanical.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. I had a full-on panic attack, called my mother. I'm like, I can't do this. And then switched my majors to business and TV, film, and radio. And even in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm never going to use anything I do here. But I was like building connections and stuff like that, I guess, which is nice. But it literally was like, it's dumb. But yeah, so I was just like telling myself, all right, you want to do this. Don't worry what other people think. Now I can't. I love it. I absolutely fucking love it.
Well, business and media is a good outlet for somebody who gets into comedy, or a good degree for somebody who gets into comedy, because you know the business. Because that's a whole other aspect of it. Is like it's show business, right? Like
what
so you got to
be paid. Like that's what. Who is it? Rich DeMore.
Yeah, Rich DeMore.
Because he asked me at Bremen once, and he's like, "Have you been booked yet?" And I said no, and he goes, "First of all, I did not mean that as like, have you been booked yet?" Kind of like.
Oh, like
kind of like in a negative way. He meant it like you have. He told me he's like you have a few good minutes. I could see you being booked relatively soon, and that meant like the world to me. That was
Rich
so
is
cool.
a veteran, dude. 10 years plus in the game.
And like his like there are a few like when you started, did you have a few comics that you were like, if one of them gave me a compliment, you'd kind of feel like,
oh yeah,
I'm on the right track kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So like he was one of them. Where like I got off one set, and he gave me a fist bump. He was like, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, that wasn't actually bad then.
No,
because like
he's
a veteran. He's been around. He's seen it all. He's like, I must have looked comfortable. I wasn't like shaking or anything like that. I'm like, that's great. But where was I going with this before, dude? I lose my train of thought.
Rich hit you, complimented you. You hated yourself.
Oh yeah, I still do.
You didn't first show, but didn't get booked on the show. I don't know where you were going.
I don't either. I'm gonna look back and be like, you idiot.
Yeah, I know.
Something
I do that
about
all
like
the time as well.
Where did we start with this conversation?
I don't fucking know, dude. I'm 50 milligrams deep in an edible right now. You're asking me for?
Or are you gonna shake again? Or like when you took that at Bremen and got on, were you actually feeling it?
Dude, that was thanks for walking right in front of the cameras. Appreciate you. I have a hot pocket.
I thought
need
she was
the
gonna say I
microwave.
didn't even see the cameras.
Hey, yeah, walk on right through there again. That's cool. Yep, thank you.
From here on out, every episode will be here.
No, yeah, that night at Bremen, I shouldn't have taken that much because it like hit. I like taking them, and then like with the half hour before I go on stage, so like I start feeling giggly, but like the demons haven't entered yet. I got to Bremen late that night, had to sign up super late, and then the demons had taken control is basically what had happened.
I haven't been high on stage yet.
I wouldn't start doing it until like about a year,
it
2
makes
years
me
in, 3 years
a little
in.
nervous because I know what, like, if I drink and then get high, it's like we were talking about before, I have multiple conversations.
Sure.
So, like, I could be like, if we go out drinking.
This girl's falling apart over here.
We go out drinking, and then I'm just going to move forward and let everyone know.
Sorry about all this chaos, guys. This was my idea to get you guys into the high note.
I mean, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
It's like, there's usually extra paths.
We just got to clean
we
it
did,
out.
We did move the podcast studio a little bit. I'm just going to not break eye contact with this camera. I don't know what the hell we were talking about.
I don't
either. Okay, well, Jesus Louise, that
I
did
forgot.
that not seem
It's one of those,
aggressive?
like, what kind of door is that where it's just on the
latch
floor?
door?
Latch door. So,
Latch?
like, it just falls down. That's why it's loud. They weren't mad at us.
I think they were mad at us.
They're probably pissed.
Yeah,
They're
I'd
probably
be pissed, dude. Actually, one time, actually not going to tell that story on the podcast. But yeah, I mean, like, I'll dabble with the edible. You don't really do edibles too much, though. You kind of talked about it. You said like 5-ish milligrams. You get a little weird.
5 to 10,
Dude,
yeah.
We got to get you weird one night. Dude.
Yeah.
We got to get you all
here's
weird.
the thing. I have been. I want to tell this story on stage. I'll tell it to you afterwards because I want to turn it into a joke. And I'm trying to get better at that, not just like wasting things I think could be a joke on this.
Oh no, say it on this, and then if people, that's like
True.
the thing. Say it on this, and then like your fans, the people, the listeners will listen back.
It's basically the first time I was like high. Hot Pocket's done.
Hot Pocket's done. She's gonna come back.
Yep. So first time I smoked was in high school. Got high in like my friend's basement. Didn't really know I was high. Apparently was high because we ate like Costco size amounts of everything.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hot Pocket's done.
Your Hot Pocket, your Hot Pocket's ready.
That's what I came for.
Okay.
We should have just gotten it for you.
She walked underneath the table.
So.
You got irresponsibly high, ate Costco amounts of food.
Yeah, I wouldn't even think I was irresponsibly high because I didn't feel like I was high.
Sure. Just felt good, giggly.
Yeah, we watched Despicable Me, and I didn't even think it was funny though, so I didn't even think I was that. I think I just got like munchy high.
Okay.
I also probably didn't even smoke it correctly.
Yeah, there was a lot of that in high school, a lot of fuckery.
So then, I didn't realize I really didn't have a desire to smoke. I didn't drink in high school.
Wait, how old are you, brother?
I'm 25.
So when you were in high school, did they have swag?
I have no idea what the fuck
You have
that
no
is.
idea what that is? Oh, man. I'm older. Okay, so I'm 31. So we had swag, which was like a brick. A fucking brick of weed. Like, you can get like a pound for like $800. But it sucked. Like, there was so many beaners in it. So many like stems. Like a stem, like literally the size of like this cord would be in it. It's just insane. And it wasn't good. But if you like, and you'd get sleepy right away from it. You wouldn't even, like sometimes when you smoke, you get sleepy like an hour after or something. This you get sleepy in like immediately.
Yeah.
So we'd call it like schwagonitis, where you just get sleepy from smoking. But it's good. I mean, it didn't taste very good. But then like you guys, your generation just passed all that stuff. Every time I talk to like 25, 26-year-olds, younger.
I don't know enough about it because I've never. First time I bought weed was legally.
Whoa.
Yeah, isn't
That's
that crazy?
Yeah.
So I was lucky enough in college. I was everyone's bartender.
Okay.
So
where'd you go to school, Madison?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I never let my friends pay for drinks, and like my barber and I had a hookup basically. Where I would still tip him because I felt bad, but he'd be like, "You don't pay for a haircut. I don't pay for drinks at the bar." I'm like, "Fine with me. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost either one of us anything to give anything away. I mean, it costs the owner of the bar."
I was gonna say, how'd that job go?
Never got fired.
Really?
Never got
Hell
fired.
yeah, dude. That's hilarious.
I got a raise there once.
Wow.
Yeah.
For stealing from the inventory.
Yeah. Well, that was his problem. Sorry, Bill. He was all like by hand inventory.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't like on the computer. So like, oh, we're down 9 more bottles of vodka than we should be.
Yikes.
based on whatever. So
Are they still in
so
business?
I never had to like pay. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
wow.
they're one of the best bars in
Oh,
Madison.
okay. Hell yeah.
So I never had to really like pay for drugs
Sure.
if I ever wanted like do any of that. So I was like, I didn't have to buy it. But then graduating, first time I bought weed was edibles in Michigan. I just
Okay.
bought like a pack of 10, 5 milligrams, and that lasted me. A pack of 25 milligram edibles lasted me a year.
What?
Yeah, so I've never been that into smoking. I'm getting more and more into it.
I mean, I don't want to open up like Pandora's box, but that's
Yeah.
just crazy. Like, I feel like maybe I've been like smoking too much, you know, where it's like almost a dependency.
My
where-
head just goes so many places, and it freaks me the fuck out sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
But
what
it's
you
also
mean.
like I love being drunk, coming back, and then smoking a little bit, and then I am so giggly, just
Yep.
a little crossed up. And my friends and I will put on like comedy, stand up, and I'll just laugh my ass off, and then wake up, and I'm like, I feel great.
Feel great, ready to go.
Yeah, I have noticed that if you smoke after you drink, I don't really get hungover in general,
Yeah.
but I feel even better if I
Oh
smoke.
yeah, if I smoke, especially like if it's a hardcore night of drinking, if I smoke right away in the morning, I'll be good usually for the day. Yeah, can I grab another
Yeah.
one? Thank you, brother. Yeah, dude, I used to get like weirdly high from when I was in high school though. Like I used to work at Menards, and I remember this one time my buddy Trevor and I, we worked together, and he used to pick me up and bring me to work all the time, and we would just listen to instrumental beats, and we'd like laugh all the time, like would try to come up with our own raps. And it was I Feel Like Dying by Lil Wayne. You're probably a little too young to remember that one. That's an old school beat. But I was like fucking spitting bars on this instrument. Like I was talking about Tower 7. I was talking about like 9/11 being an inside job. I was talking about like just all sorts of Illuminati, and I was like spit, like it was fucking fresh. And I look over at him, I'm like, after like 3 minutes, I'm like, dude, did you just hear that? And he's like, bro, literally the entire time all you did was like you didn't say one fucking word the entire time. And we're sitting in the Menards parking lot. I was like, I don't think I should go to work right now.
Yeah.
And then I just called in from the parking lot and
Dude,
went home.
that's me though. If I get too high, I vividly remembered laying on the floor, my buddy's laying on the couch, and we're talking, and I said something, and they responded with something else. I replied to that, and they're like, "What'd you say?" I go, "We're talking about like bunnies, right?" He goes, "No."
Why would we talk
Why
about
are we
bunnies,
talking
you
about them?
fucking
like,
idiot?
I swear to God, that's what we were talking about for the last 10 minutes. He goes, "Where have you been?"
Yeah.
It's been 30 seconds. I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah, boy.
So I'm like, all right, what'd you say again? Yeah, that's no. Okay, so first time I was like high. I didn't understand the concept of edibles.
Okay.
So I'm in college. I'm in a fraternity, and we had a rush event that's like, let's hotbox an entire room for the kids that are like trying to be
Right.
pledges.
Yeah.
It's-
Recently adults, 18-year-olds.
They're all adults.
This is responsible.
And, so no one's getting like forced to do anything, but like if you want to do it, come join. And so I go into the room like I can get contact high. Told I've been whatever. Like I could go hotbox, I'd be fine.
Sure.
So I go in and then I'm like, oh, this is like it was legit like a room double the size of this. I felt like just littered with smoke. I'm like,
Oh, no.
holy fuck, we're gonna start this house on fire.
Sounds
I
like
go
my
get
mom's
fresh air.
car.
And then I hear Kyle brought the edibles. And I was like, I don't need any. And Kyle's like, oh, they're small. If you want them, the bag's here. He brought them from Colorado. And I looked at them. They're these cookies about the size of this bottle cap.
Oh, nice, dude. Like Famous Amos.
Basically. And I go, oh, I can easily handle one of those. Tiny cookie, not a lot of weed.
Take your soul.
I took 4. I take 5 milligrams now, and I'm like, I feel
good.
like, depending on the kind, I feel like great on 5. I could probably up it to 10, and I'd be like, I'm gonna laugh my ass off for the night. I took 4 10s, so I'm on 40, and I've never been past probably 5 in my life at that point.
Oh, shit.
And then our event was to go to Comedy on State.
Go to it?
Go to
Oh,
it.
nice.
So we all just sat in the back, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like having fun, and then it's almost like the darkness came in for me,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh shit. I was like, I know it's coming. Well, I didn't really know it's coming. Like, this might not end well. get up, leave, go home. So I live like half a mile away from Comedy on State at the time. I get hungry on my walk home. Wendy's has that 4 for $5 deal.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So I stop into Wendy's. I'm like, you know what? Be better than a 4 for $5? 2 4 for $5s.
An 8 for 10.
So I am double fisting Wendy's bags with 4 for $5s, and I get out and I'm like, I think someone's following me. And so I'm like, I don't want someone to know that I know they're following me. So I'm like, this.
Couldn't just be somebody walking the same way.
It's the main street in Madison. 100 people were walking that night. And I'm like, do this. I don't want him to know I know he's following me. So I'm like, trying to do this. It got to the point where I'm doing, like, getting whiplash, trying to look and him not notice. Meanwhile, I look like I have onset Tourette's just down the field. Downstate. I get halfway home, and there's a bar on the corner, and I round it. And I know he's far enough behind me that he can't see me when I round it.
Sure.
So I rounded it. Dead on sprint for a quarter mile. 2 bags of Wendy's in my hand. Got home. Eyes closed.
What did you think this guy was going to do?
I don't know. That's the thing. I was like, this guy is following me. Either he wants my Wendy's or
he wants to fuck me.
Exactly. So I just sprinted home. I mean, the guy, it was like not even late. It was like 9:30, and a guy is sprinting through campus with 2 bags of Wendy's in his hands.
Honestly, probably not the weirdest thing.
Definitely not the weirdest thing. I can tell. I have stories up the ass of the weird thing.
I've had a good moment. Actually, I broke my nose in Madison once. Did I ever tell you that story?
No.
So when I was like 19, I was dating this girl, and she was like a cheerleader. We went to high school together, but we started dating after high school, and she became a cheerleader at Madison, and she was like hot as fuck. She was gorgeous, but it's like
how old are you, by the way?
19 at the time. How old am I right now?
Yeah.
31.
Okay. So
She's 31 as well.
Probably a little past my time.
Yeah. She's old as shit now.
But she's 31.
Yeah, right.
Shout out to the cheerleader.
Yeah, shout out Emily. I love you.
You old bitch.
You old, washed up floozy. Sorry. But, so we hung out. It was like our first date, and we were at like some party, and she did like a fucking backflip. We were playing beer pong, and she did a backflip to like psych me out and like make me miss.
Yeah.
And in my drunken stupor, I was like, I could fucking do that, dude. And I was like, I could totally do that. I've never tried a backflip once, except for like on a trampoline or anything like that. And so I'm like, I could do that. And did try to backflip, landed right on my face, broke my nose.
The fact that I was about to ask you, did you land it, when you started with the story, this is how I broke my nose, shows you how terrible
you're
the
attention
listener.
span. Yeah, you're great at this, man. No, that's good.
So I've learned to just shut up sometimes.
Clip it. How you feeling, Michael? Were you ready to talk to the devil tonight?
Yeah, we can talk to the
I want to
devil.
give you 50 milligrams and just see what happens.
We
tonight.
won't do it tonight.
All right.
I'll do a 50 with you. It just, lock me in a room.
Right, yeah. Don't let you leave. Well, we could lock you in the high note. And you could just hang out with the creatures of the night until midnight.
Let Evan turn the cameras on. Be like, let's just watch Michael.
Let's
be
see
a
what
social
happens.
experience. Let's see what he does.
Yeah. Start eating paint.
I would probably
pretty
just
cool.
be like playing with like the bottles behind the bar.
Dude, I'll be out there like just staring when Mark Norman. Were you here that day Mark Norman came over here?
Came to here?
Yeah, came here like over New Year's, I want to say.
This year?
Yeah.
No. So I was I was in Nashville.
Oh, okay. So
Nashville gave me a pretty good bit though, so I can't complain.
yeah, Nashville in the wintertime beats Wisconsin in the wintertime. But Mark Norman came in here. One of my favorite comedians. He just came in one night after the open mic, and he's just like hanging out, and it's on New Year's Eve. And so I see him, but I'm like 120 milligrams deep on edibles. Like I was talking to Satan in the bathroom, and like I drugged all the comics consensually. But
I'd
like,
be upside down in the
dude,
bathroom.
I was given all the comics edibles that night. It was so fun. But so we were all looking like we're all on heroin when Mark Norman comes in, and then I just realized like I'm just staring at him. I guess. I was
I'm
like,
a
I know
big
him.
fan,
And
man.
like I know because I'm homies with Charlie
Yeah.
Berens, and I know Charlie knows Mark, and so I go up to him. I was like, "Hey, I know Charlie. I'm friends with Charlie, but I forgot his last name."
know
He's
how
like,
many
"Who
Charlies
the?"
you probably
Yeah.
know?
And he's like, "Who the fuck are you talking about?" And I was like, "You're my hero. I love you. I'm sorry. I'm like balls deep on the edibles right now, and I felt like a creep staring at him. But that's okay.
Was
You
he
know,
nice that you
Yeah.
remember?
Oh yeah, I mean like he didn't he did say that he went to High Note on his podcast, and then he's like, but I left because there were a bunch of creatures there, and I feel like I was singled out in that moment. You know, it's like fuck.
You made it on Mark Norman's podcast.
Yeah,
though.
not by name though, but that's okay.
Mark. His name's Avery.
Huge fan. All right, huge fan.
Would you say he's your favorite comic?
No, but he's up there.
He's up there.
Yeah.
I like him. I didn't really discover him much and I've been watching comedy for a long, long time. It feels like that's how I think I knew for a while. Like I used to go hide. Remember when Netflix was,
Straight
like
to
movie
DVD?
delivery?
Yeah,
movie
dude.
delivery thing. But like they had extra stuff on the computer. I don't know if you knew this, but like, so you could get certain movies delivered, but their catalog on the computer was a little larger.
Oh yeah, but then you had to like pay a different rate for that at
Yeah.
the time, right?
So
yeah.
like my family did that, and I would sit in my dad's office because that's where the computer was,
Sure.
and I would watch like the blue collar comedy.
Dude,
so,
I
like,
grew up on that.
I love it.
Yeah,
And, like,
Ron
I
White's
have-
one of
I
my
have
fucking
the
heroes,
Ron
dude.
White, I loved Bill Engvall,
Yeah.
Jeff Foxworthy, Larry the Cable Guy, like that. I would love like. You ever have like pipe dream thoughts where like, let's say you make it one day, like, how would you run a tour or something like that? I would love to do that like Barstool thing they do at the end where they just sit down and they had
yeah.
like pictures and stuff, like the wives send in pictures. I thought it was the funniest thing, and they tell stories of like their life. I'm like, I think that's a
Those
little
guys are
influence
great,
I've
man.
had on.
Dude,
like,
no,
how I do
Blue
it.
Collar, honestly, I watched Blue Collar Comedy Tour and the Blue Collar Comedy Tour Rides Again specials so many
So many
times. I had
times.
both those
So many
VHS
times,
tapes. And apparently Bill Engvall is one of the killers, like the uncrowned killers in comedy clubs. Like he was squeaky clean for Blue Collar Comedy Tour because
Yeah.
he had to be. But apparently that guy goes fucking dark, and it's like one of the
Really?
funniest things ever.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that's just what I hear through the grapevine.
I
think
would love to hear that then.
I know, like I don't even. I guess I haven't been following his career too closely post Blue Collar, but like Ron White, he's still obviously out there. Do you know if Bill Engvall's still doing the damn thing?
I don't know. Ron White, I think. So I watch the Rogan podcast. I don't know why I was hesitant about that. All the controversy now. I don't fucking care. I think it's dumb.
People are
I think
retarded.
everyone that listens to this is basically in the same boat as me. But like, so I listened to the Ron White episode, and he's basically like, he might do one more special and he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he
He's
said
old
that
as
for the
shit anyways,
yeah, he's
yeah.
probably like 70 by now, right? You got to think
I don't know.
mid 60s at
60s
least.
something,
mid
yeah.
60s at least.
You know, he like his staple was drinking and smoking. He quit drinking.
I know. Yeah, it's kind of
I
crazy.
was oddly like, you should be happy for someone like that, but like,
Yeah.
as a fan of him, you're like, I'm kind of disappointed.
Kind of disappointed. Well,
Yeah.
it's also just like the staple because he'd always come out there with the whiskey on the rocks
Yeah.
and the cigar.
I wonder if
and
he
the whole
brings
thing.
like iced tea now or
Yeah,
something.
now it's just iced tea. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's like apparently what's his name, Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
that guy will sell out football stadiums
Oh,
in
yeah.
Nebraska.
Dude, I mean, if you
Football stadiums.
if you get
That's
into
50,000
the blue
people.
collar hick demographic,
Yeah.
you have fans for life
Bro, I mean, like,
because they're not swaying.
I gotta
any
be
which way.
completely honest with you. It like I know, like when I went on the road with Charlie for a few
Mm-hmm.
gigs, it's kind of weird because like I know him, like and just seeing fans geek out about him. Like I remember talking to him one night. I was like, dude, you're this generation's Jeff Foxworthy. You realize that, right? And like to some extent, him and Theo Von really are.
Yeah.
Like I mean, Theo Von's probably a bigger name in the comedy,
I
but
think
like.
that'd be a cool tour if they did something like that together.
Dude, that'd be like the North and the South meet. Like that's like the Civil War tour. I told him that. I was like,
Really?
bro, Civil War tour. You and Theo Von. You guys will sell
Midwest
out
nice
arenas.
versus like
Southern Hill Jazz.
you
I
was
don't
some,
know,
I
dude.
was something with
nice
Southern
guy.
and like
Polite.
fucking dirty.
Yeah.
That would be a fun tour to see.
But like I mean, but it's so weird when you see like somebody geek the fuck, like lines
That
of
you
people,
know, yeah.
lines of people as far as you can see, like waiting to meet this guy. I'm like, this fucking guy.
I'm
You know?
telling you, it's
but I
like-
love him. But like, you know, it's
It's
just
that
like,
Midwest thing. Where you get that like a Midwest demographic. You have fans for life.
forever. Dude, 1,200 people. I was geeking out having this opportunity.
That's I
But,
saw
like,
that your post. You're like 1,200 strong or something. Like that. I'm like, that
1,200
was so
people
I
sold
was
out,
so
multiple
jealous. I'm
shows
like,
back
I've
to
been doing
back.
this for a few months. I'm like, I wish.
Yeah, I mean, give it a few years,
Yeah.
you'll get an opportunity like that. And I know a few people that were pissed that I got the opportunity. It was like, what? You want me to fucking say no, dude? Like,
Exactly.
what do you want me to say?
Exactly. Why would you?
No, let me just
Someone
pass
else
on the
deserves
biggest
this.
opportunity
Yeah.
of my life, you know. But yeah, it's like, I mean, 1,200 people in Wausau, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You know, that's a 50,000 population town.
That's
1,200
insane.
people
It's
are there.
so
Yeah, it's
cool.
fucking nuts.
And he's probably just as nice as. Oh, I gotta tell my Berens story with John. Kinda.
I
it's
love Johnny
dumb,
Boy.
But he's like Charlie's just as nice as he probably seems.
yeah, he's a nice
Yeah.
guy.
So it didn't click to me when like being new, because I like when you're coming around here new, I'm like my head is like, what am I gonna say? Blah,
Right,
blah.
right,
Like,
right.
I'm not being observant, which is weird for me because usually I'm a very observant person. And one day I'm like sitting on my phone and Charlie Berens' video comes up, and John's in the video. I'm like, holy shit, I know him. I do open mics with him. And I came to here on a Friday. I'm like, dude, I saw you in a Charlie Berens video. How do you, and then before I got, how do you know him? I go, your last name's fucking Berens.
Yeah.
How did I not put this
How
together?
did I fuck that up? I know.
How did I go? Never mind. I know why, but awesome. It was cool to see you.
Well,
I love the video.
That's funny. I trained John as well, and he at my gym, and he always gets a Gatorade, and we have this little thing where you just sign up on the sheet, like what things you take from the fridge, and then like we charge your account, you know. And so John wrote his name down, John Berens,
Yeah.
and then like one of my other clients is just like, "Is that Charlie's brother?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Do you think you could put me in the appointment after him so I can meet him?" I'm like, "You mean meet the famous guy's unfamous little brother?" Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want.
I mean,
people get weird about it.
He'll
dude.
definitely say, John is one of the nicest people here.
Oh, dude, John's
Hands
one of
down
my
the
favorite
nicest
people on the planet. John's
It's
one of my
literally-
favorite people
I
on the
love the
planet.
way he dresses. It's on. I mean, I love John. What is going on up there?
I have no idea what's happening. What time is it?
7:23.
7:23. Okay,
When
I
does
guess
it
people are coming in here. I think they open at 7. But I don't know why they're. I feel like they're doing this to piss us off.
I only usually do this for an hour.
Okay.
We can do it. We got like, if you're not going anywhere, we can do the last 14 minutes. If you want, otherwise.
Yeah,
can.
let's go deep, dude. Let's
Okay.
get weird. I'm
Um,
down for it.
I was gonna bring something else up. I completely forgot. Something about the John and Charlie Berens thing. No, I do. I wanna. Would I be able to find a way into you? Like, so you like I talked about last week when we mentioned you doing this. I was like, maybe I just come on like 3 o'clock and we do a training thing and then roll into this. Obviously, that's like too short notice.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But what's the like wait line for you training people? Yeah.
I can get you next week, depending on your schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how late do you usually work?
I try to get out of there around like 6, but
Oh, I could definitely do that
Yeah.
then. What do you prefer doing? You like doing your jujitsu stuff?
I definitely prefer doing martial arts. But like if strength training is something you want to do,
Yeah.
I can help you with that for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what I like. I've gotten into very good shape recently, and now it's just like I kind of want to like someone's opinion. Like, where do I go from here?
Yeah, well, we could do like an assessment and
Yeah.
everything, figure it out,
I
like
think it'd be
see
fun.
what.
Are you
muscles-
good on nutrition stuff?
No.
No.
No,
Some of the
I
guys
mean,
are like-
I know what's. Yes, I can help you and guide you the right way.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not like a nutrition of like. That's not my. That's not my thing.
nutritionist.
Yeah.
Because I'm usually pretty good about eating, but I want to know, like, I want to go get one of those tests done that's like, all right, what is your body like oversensitive to
Yeah,
and stuff
dude,
like,
me
like
too.
why is it like when I eat this or that, or like what is it that I'm eating that like I feel instantly tired, or I'm like bloated all of a sudden, or my face puffs up.
Oh, like inflammation
yeah,
and
so I'm
all
like,
that
can
stuff.
I limit some of that?
I wonder if it's like a wheat thing. Like that's total bro science.
I
but
always
like,
think it has to do with excessive carbs or
dude,
something like that.
I know, and I haven't gotten like blood tests to figure this out, but just like from personal feeling, I know on like a lower carb diet, I feel way better. Like if I have lots of red meats and veggies and a little amount of carbs, I feel way better.
I agree. I definitely think it's a lot of carbs. I also there's gotta be. I think there's a few other things there might be, like maybe just like little things. I'm like, oh, you can cut that out, or maybe a little less of this or that. But like I'm very curious to see like what makes my body tick.
Yeah.
And what's gonna make it go fucking boom.
I know. I've always like wanted, and when I competed in martial art, like mixed martial arts, I was definitely more disciplined with my diet.
Yeah.
Now I kind of.
Are you done competing?
Yeah.
When did you compete?
From like 2012 to 2017, 18. Yeah. It's been a minute now. Like I
Are
think.
You a black belt in anything?
Not technically, no.
Not technically.
No. I like so basically I feel like I would have gotten my black belt already, but the gyms I'm at right now, the highest rank is like a single stripe, or not a no stripe black belt, and in jiu-jitsu you need a single stripe on your belt to be able to award a black belt. So I've been like
so
a
no
brown
one can
belt.
award you
Yeah,
a black belt.
But I always like I have a joke with guys in the gym. It's like brown belt in the gi, black belt in the streets, you know. And but so it's like I like it, but at the same time, it's like I'm not in a rush to get the black belt until I can tap every black belt that I meet, you know.
Yeah.
And like then I'm like, okay, now I'm a fucking black belt, you know.
You want to feel like you earn it. That's definitely one of those things where like I don't just want to get it, I want to earn it.
Right, because like there's black belts and then there's black belts. Like there's black belts that I can tap right now.
Yeah.
And then there's black belts like my homie Dan.
Fuck you up.
My homie Dan Borovich is one of the best grapplers on the planet. And him and I roll probably 3 times a week, I'd say. And this guy, I can make people feel like they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's not like a matter of being tougher or anything. It's just like I've been doing it longer and I know what to do. Dan makes me feel like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Makes
like,
you feel like if I just got in the ring or whatever
right,
with you right now.
Yeah, and it's just like it's kind of insane. Like him and I started rolling during the. I don't know if the mic picked that up, but I'm pretty sure somebody just got murdered upstairs.
Somebody just got dragged across the floor.
Yeah, just by the scalp. Just
holy
that was brutal.
shit.
I'm kind of nervous. But yeah, like I mean,
we gotta hide it.
Yeah, no kidding. That's crazy. But yeah,
your friend.
Oh yeah, Dan. He'll just like school me. You know, he'll just completely school me. And then like we started training in the quarantine. This is how irresponsible I was during the middle of the lockdown. Beginning parts of the lockdown, like all the gyms closed down, and then Dan's like, "Hey, do you want to roll? Can we roll at your gym?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Absolutely, dude, I would love that.
Yeah,
I hated when the gym. That was my like. That's where like
I don't get it either because everybody's spread out, especially like in a weightlifting gym. Nobody's like on each other.
I went to the gym once where like you need to have a mask on. I did it one day. I was like, I'm not fucking doing this. I'll go do push-ups at home. I can't do this. I fucking hated that lockdown, having to work out at home. I had like this old, like those assault bikes.
Oh, dude, those are brutal.
Well, here's the thing is, I think it was my mom's old one, and I think it's broken. Or I broke it. I used it so much because like this, like turning it to like make it, it's an older one. So like you twist it and it gets like a little more resistance and stuff like that. It got to a point where it's just the same.
Is it a spin bike or an assault bike? Like the one with the fan in the wheel?
Oh,
or
it doesn't have the fan.
Okay, so that's a spin bike. Yeah, spin bike.
But you can make it that you could increase.
You can adjust it by making it.
But
tougher.
like I think I broke the band, so like it wouldn't. There was no resistance anymore. So I'm just doing the same thing. I'm like. I have like I'm addicted to my watch, so I have to close my rings. It's
have
like
to burn the calories.
I have to burn the calories because it's like, all right, this is what got me to lose the weight and get back into shape.
Were you a fat boy? Thick boy?
I wasn't fat boy.
Thick boy?
I got out of shape in college. Like I was a multi-sport athlete in high school, and so like when you're used to your metabolism being through the roof, eating whatever you want, and then you just stop, and I didn't drink in high school either, and so then I started drinking like a fish in college, so I'd stop sports, I add alcohol, and my diet sucks.
Yeah.
Like you had a grace period of freshman year, and then sophomore, junior year was like, I mean, it was like I was a balloon, just
Dude, that was my brother. Same thing. He was, yeah. I was fortunate enough to never, like, I'm insane, so I need to work out for my mental health, or else I just, like, go
That's
crazy.
me now. That's
Yeah.
my therapy, quote unquote,
Right,
kind
right.
of thing.
I
I
see
mean,
a
it's
therapist
kind of
as
true
well.
though. I don't.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's like funny when people say like the gym is my therapy. I was like, oh, okay. What do you guys talk about?
yeah,
then?
exactly. Well, it's all in my head.
It's all
it
all
is my therapy,
internalizing,
but it's
yeah.
all internal.
No, I get it though. It is a form of therapy.
It's like
for sure.
it's a weird form of relaxation.
Yeah,
You're
and
like,
it's
if
nice
you have
to
little
plug out.
frustrations, you just kind of get it out by like exerting energy.
Right.
Like that's why I think people call it therapy. But like I'm almost kind of thankful now that I'm past that stage that I got out of shape, because now I appreciate
Yep. Being
how
in
I
shape.
look and being in shape now, and like the way I eat and stuff like that.
You notice how you feel better.
Oh
you
my
know?
God, it's like, and I still do it to myself. So like my diet regimen is like I'm clean Monday through Friday. Saturdays hit or miss. Friday nights Friday night through Saturdays hit or miss. Sunday, because Saturday I usually don't eat because I'm drinking, which is so bad. It's so fucking bad. So Sunday I'm like, you know what? You deserve the calories.
You've
Eat
earned it.
Whatever the fuck you want. It's just carbs, sugar, fat, the littlest amount of protein.
Are you usually a beer guy or a liquor guy?
So I switched from beer. I like beer, lighter beers.
Sure.
I'm not an IPA person.
Yeah,
like
I'm
a
not either.
Guinness every once in a while. I do
Sure.
enjoy, depending on where I'm at. I don't know. I can't pinpoint where I'd be. I'm like, I need a Guinness.
Some
but
Irish bar. I'm
When I
cold now.
first tried to get into shape, I switched to vodka sodas. Just because, like, I can limit calories. And
Dude.
I'm limiting sugar as well. And so I was like, I just kind of stuck with it. So now when I go up here, I feel so bad. What's her name again?
The bartender?
yeah.
Oh, no idea.
Yeah,
No
I'm
clue.
terrible with names. I actually don't think she's ever told me.
Krista?
That
No.
sounds right. But she now knows, like, when I come, she goes, "Do you want your drink?"
Yeah, she's good at that.
She's
too.
great. This also shows I've been here enough times.
Yeah. I know.
She goes, "You want it again? Double?" I'm like, "Yes."
Well, she always like
She goes,
makes
"No
fun
straw."
Of
I know you hate them. I'm like, "Yeah, they're the worst fucking straws ever."
Are they paper straws here? I
They're-
usually only drink beer because I will go to a dark place if Avery drinks liquor.
See,
I
this
think-
fills me up though, so I can
Oh, sure.
start with beer. I don't believe in that whole like beer
Liquor.
before liquor, never been sicker, or like
Oh.
before beer you're in the clear kind of
Yeah,
bullshit.
I don't
mean,
know
it's
about
more
that.
like just drink your alcohol if you're not a pussy kind of thing.
Sure.
And so like I'll have a few of these. Like we'll finish this, is my guess.
Yeah.
I will
Let's
also-
go.
And then speaking of, let's just finish these real quick,
Yep.
and then I'll ask the final question. But
Hi. Ah.
oh, this
Sorry.
is fun. We gotta do one where we're not in the basement though.
Yeah. Sorry.
I have
about
no
all this,
problem.
man.
No, that's fine. I have no problem doing repeat guests now, especially now that we're doing like the comics. So, who else is I gonna have on?
We gotta
Dude,
have Tan
well,
on here, man.
gotta-
You gotta have me and Tan on here. We'll.
Oh, I would love to
I
have
will-
Tan is another one of those people that, just simply like I don't think it was compliments, but like gave me advice. So the first time I ever was like,
Yes.
quote,
He
unquote,
was the
heckled.
first person to give me
quote unquote
advice. in
heckled
comedy.
for me. So like this, just super drunk guy came in. It was a Tuesday night or Friday night. People were on a showcase or whatever. No one was here. It was like 6 of us. Tan being one of them, which surprised the hell out of me. I was like, I think of all people, you would be gone somewhere else, but
Right.
off night for him. This guy came in and he just was like, just saying things to me, and I was.
Like while you're on stage.
Yeah, and I did not handle it well. I don't think I handled it poorly, but at one point I was like,
What'd you say?
well, I'll tell you. So like it got to the point where I was like, I couldn't understand him, and so
Just
I was
drunk?
Like, so I was like, I can't give you a rebuttal.
Was he just like
Oh,
hammered
he was
coming in?
wasted.
Okay.
Like we're about to send you to the hospital. Wasted.
Sure.
And then I ignored him and I went back to my set, and then which wasn't doing well either at the time, and then he said something again at the very end. I had gotten the light, and he said something. I'm like, hey, I just stopped. I go, listen, I don't care if the rest of my set's done, but like, hey man, shut the fuck up for the rest of the comics. Right. And Tan's like, hey, stop, finish your set, do what you need to work on, don't worry about him. And I was like, okay. And I was like, all right, be a little more professional, even though we're at the high note. No offense, high note, but like,
I get it.
yeah. And afterwards, he's like, hey, I don't know if you could hear him or not, but like here are other like things I would like to say. Like, you could say to him instead, blah blah blah. And I appreciate that, like someone who like coming up, the comics are like, you could do this to be better, because I think the comics who do that, only benefit themselves as well. As like, if you have every comic on this like show tonight that does well, it means everyone like someone had. I like following people that do well.
Me too.
Because then the crowd's having fun, and so
Yeah.
you're more likely to laugh
Everybody's
at
having
anything
fun.
you say. Why do you want everyone to do bad? So I'm very appreciative of like him, and like when Rich said that, or like just constructive criticism, or someone else, I forgot. I'm gonna ask you the last question. And then
Okay.
I'll tell
Here,
you
let
the
me
rest.
one up
Oh,
you
yeah.
real
Go
quick
for
on
it.
this. So when I was new to comedy,
Yeah.
you cannot get worse than this. I had a guy. There was a group of three, two guys and this girl sitting in this back room at Art Bar. You ever go over there? I don't
I've
even think
heard
they
of it.
do
I've
comedy
heard
out there
of it, yeah.
anymore. But they used to do comedy there like every other Thursday at like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night.
Okay.
And it was always just a shit show. But so I'd go over there, and there was this group of three people. I was like the last comic on the list, and they were talking the whole night, just like being very loudly, not being respectful at all.
Yeah.
And I got like, I was probably 4 months after my last fight. I was in like a whole other world at this time.
Yeah.
And like I just basically, and I'm kind of wild boy. I know
Yeah.
you and I know each other. Like
Yeah.
I'll get a
Yeah.
little wild sometimes. And but you know, like I saw this guy and he just wouldn't shut the fuck up. So I told him, I was like, hey man, can you shut the fuck up? I'm trying to do something here. He's like, nah. And I'm just like, you know, if we were in prison, you'd be my bitch, right? And like I said that just right then and there. Everybody got so uncomfortable, bro. Everybody got so.
I think that's so
I
funny.
know.
Yeah.
I think that I pulled out my pocket. I was like, hold my pocket, bitch. And then like everybody got weird as fuck around it. I was like, I thought that was hilarious.
That's
But,
the wrong crowd, then.
Yeah, it was in the middle of River West, but you know, it's all good.
That makes sense. That makes
But
sense.
so you can't fuck it up as much as that, man.
Dude, oh god, I wish I could have seen that.
It was pretty funny. Gary Zajakowski was there, and Gary, like, this guy tried to get in my face afterwards, and Gary, like, broke the whole thing up. It was crazy. I choked out a racist magician. Did you ever hear about that story? You want to talk
No.
about something fun? So this was around the same time frame, around 3-4 months into comedy, right after MMA and competing in mixed martial arts. Where were we? Up and Under. And there was this magician who used to come around. His name was Andy Falk. And he would come around and he was doing like weird magic with comedy. And for whatever reason, I mean, not whatever reason, the guy sucked and he was creepy. But he was just bombing at Up and Under, and nobody was listening to him.
Surprise.
Yeah, nobody's listening to him. A lot of black people in this room, okay? A lot of Asians, there was like a couple of Indian guys in there. But then he just starts dropping the N-bomb. Like hard ER too, not like but you know? And it was like, whoa, buddy. And then I'm sitting with my buddy Niles Nelson, he doesn't really do comedy too much anymore, but he's from the area, black dude. We're sitting next to each other, and the guy just starts dropping all these N-bombs, and then Niles is like, boo, and everybody else is like, boo, you know? And then the magician jumps off the stage and charges at Niles, and they start like pushing each other, and then I get in the middle of it to try and break it up, and then the magician fucking is punching at Niles but missed and hit me, and then I got all pissed. I just like saw
You're
red.
fresh off fighting, right?
Like I was like right off, like I think this was in February, my last fight was in December, so it was like 2-3 months afterwards.
Like, I'll fuck
Yeah,
you up.
and I like just took his back and just strangled him out cold in the middle of this bar, dude. Like out cold, like asleep. And then I felt his body like drop, and then like I set him down very nicely. Like I set him down like very soft on the floor, and then I raised his legs up to like get the blood back in his brain. And then he woke up like really confused. And then the bouncers came up and escorted him out of the bar. I was like, "You're fucking welcome, dude."
Exactly. You're
But
welcome doing your job.
Yeah, but it was, dude, it was bananas. It was one of the most, but that gave me a lot of street cred in the comedy scene, so that was pretty weird.
That's awesome.
Dude, it was a good night. It was
God,
a
I wish I
wild
would've
night.
seen those-
It was
both those
fucking
moments.
wild, dude. But it's kind of weird to think about it now. And now he still threatens me on Facebook. Like
Really?
I blocked him before. He'll get new profiles just to harass me online.
Oh,
So I'm
people
31
need to
years old.
stop
I have an ongoing feud with the
the
magician.
magic comic.
Yeah, which is great. And the only room he's not banned from is Rounding Third on Sunday nights.
Yeah, I haven't done that.
You're not missing much.
Yeah.
But like, so that's the only room he's not banned from in the city. And I was thinking about like getting a restraining order from him and then just going to Rounding Third. I never go to Rounding Third, but just out of principle, just to get him banned. Because I'm fucking petty, dude.
Oh, good lord.
Because I have a million messages of this guy like threatening me, my family, my girlfriend.
He's gonna make you disappear.
Yeah, I'll make him disappear. That's cool, man.
All right.
All right, final question. My bad. I just
No,
wanted to tell
you're
you
good.
that.
You're good. What time is it? 7:40. Oh, we're gonna go up and it's basically gonna be ready to go. Let's just pack this up. I will let you help me pack it up.
I will. I'll do that. I'm gonna pee first
Yeah,
when we
that's
get
totally
done.
fine. So, it's the only time I've been like I will ever be like serious is the final question, like semi-serious.
Okay.
So each season I ask like a different question.
Sure.
The reason I did stand up with the question was, what's something you gotta do for your birthday, kind of thing. So you have like a year to do it, and I hold my friends accountable. Haven't really held any of them accountable yet. But this one and the final one is basically, what do you live by? So like, is
like
there
a code?
like you have a code? Like, is there like a quote? Did you ever like witness an episode of something? Do you have like a family motto? Do you have like what basically like? Why do you live your life the way you do? Why do you do stand-up? Why is jiu-jitsu your passion? Why is comedy your passion? Fitness? Why, like for example, mine, there's a quote that says, every man has two lives. His second one starts when he realizes he has just one.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
So it's like...
I guess to answer your question on a serious note is I like things that are hard.
Okay.
I like things that are ever-changing. I don't like... static equations. I like dynamic equations. I love math. I love chess because it's a dynamic equation. It's always changing, right? Because like if I give you a math problem like 8 times 3, that's a static equation. It stays the same. But an ever-moving one like jiu-jitsu, martial arts, that's a problem that's always changing. Chess, it's a problem that's always changing.
Variables.
And like having to figure out what your opponent is going to do before they decide that they're going to do it, and then you can jeopardize on it. That's why I like martial arts, is because it's just like human chess and it's human problem solving with like really intense consequences. But like with comedy, I like it in the same aspect because it's like I got into this because I wanted to make people laugh. And maybe initially I didn't get into it for the I got into it for the right reasons, making people laugh, but I didn't understand it as an art. In a craft in itself, but it's always changing. Like the way the word economy, the how you say your sentences, how you structure your jokes, that'll make or break you. And like one word, one fuck could fuck you over for the rest of the thing. A pause, weird tone, like it could just fuck everything up. So I like the things.
Energy.
And it's all energy. Yeah, it's all energy and tension. I feel like that's a big part of it as well. But I guess, like, I like doing things that are hard that I don't think I can ever be a true master of, but, like, I'm in the pursuit of being one.
Yeah, I feel like if you ever master anything, don't you get bored?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't know if I've
gives you something to
mastered
constantly work at.
Right. Like, I mean,
it's redundant, but like it's true.
It's true. Like, there's people that are wizards. Like my buddy Dan. That jiu-jitsu ace we were talking about. Like, he's beaten Gordon Ryan. I'm sure that means nothing to you, but Gordon Ryan is basically like the NFL. Like, he's like the fucking world champion of submission wrestling, jiu-jitsu.
Oh,
my buddy Dan has beat him twice, lost him once. They're 2-1 against each other, and that's like, but he's like the motherfucker.
Yeah.
But Dan will still tell me about bad days at the gym where he got tapped like 8 times. So it's like an ongoing thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's like a Rubik's cube that can't be solved, and I like shit
it.
like
no,
that.
I like that. It's a challenge. Well, we'll end it here.
We did it. All right, guys. Stay black. Have a good night.
Drink some more and try and make 6 people laugh tonight. You think?
I'm gonna sign up late as fuck.
Same.
So I'm
hoping,
going
way late.
Yeah.
I'll do 4
No,
minutes.
that's what I like to do at High Note. I like to get in with the karaoke crowd.
Karaoke crowd, yeah.
You know,
100%.
Because, like, you know, it's all. It is what it is. I don't know.
Well,
what I'm trying
thank
to
you
say.
for doing this.
Yeah, man.
We'll do this again. Maybe we can do a separate one that will make people pay for, where I just get dumb high
Let's
and you
do
talk
it.
at me.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll
I
do
want
that.
to take you to the loony bin, dude.
We'll do
That'd
that
be good.
then.